Hey there, friends. Welcome back to another Dinkum build video. This time we are on the community's wonderful ShellyMarie. You might recognize her as the mod on quite a few of our favorite channels. She reached out to me and asked, hey, I want a coffee shop on my island. Would you and Sunny come over and help me build it? And I was like, absolutely. That sounds like a blast. If you're noticing that the screen looks a little weird, don't adjust your monitor. I had a bit of a technical issue that I was not aware of until way into the process. Somehow, some way, YouTube and OBS had an update, and something just changed in my screen resolution settings, and it possibly was user error on my end, but also something, because, you know, everything seems to change on its own with those two apps sometimes. So it's a little bit cropped and a little too large, but I thought that there was enough that you could see that it was salvageable. So we went ahead and rolled with it. It was such a great build. I didn't want you guys to lose out on seeing it. We did the same basic sort of building facade that we've done on all the other ones, but each one is slightly different, I've noticed. When I go back and look at them, they're not all exactly the same, but they all look like they could be related and in the same family if you saw them all lined up together. So that was kind of what we were hoping for. Shelly wanted to do something next to the ocean. So we came up with a sort of like Seaside cafe, theme for this one. And when I came over to help kind of prep the area the day before, she was telling me all her plans for what she wants to do with this little peninsula that this coffee shop is on, and it's really exciting. And next door, she's going to build a resort. So I'm really excited to see what that ends up looking like later on. Maybe she'll invite us over to come take a look. But yeah, so she asked us to come over and help, and we, were gladly obliged. And we did the color scheme was obviously black, white, and green, which I loved. And you can see here that we were kind of playing around with what to do with the flooring. And she has this checkered wood pattern in a lot of other places on our island, so it offered some continuity to use it here. And everything else we were doing just wasn't working, and so we were like, you know what, let's just go with what works. And this is us putting in sort of a back door onto the terrace for customers to go out and enjoy the patio dining. Of course, no build is complete without some finishes and decoration and foliage and plants. It's what really brings things to life after the fact. You can have all these wonderful, amazing architectural structures, but if you don't add in some nature and some other things to give it some personality, it's kind of flat. I really enjoyed building this with Sunny and Shelly. We all have very similar aesthetics, and so we work together fairly seamlessly. One of us would have an idea and we kind of look at it, no, that's not working, what can we change? And it just really flowed very well. It went very quickly, believe it or not. Of course, there were 3 of us, so that also helps. I believe we did this entire build in about 3.5 hours. Now that doesn't include the hour of prep work that Shelly and I did the day before of clearing out this whole area, but it went fairly quickly. So I've also done this build several different times, so it feels like a little bit faster every time I do it, because it's got the same basic dimensions. The building itself is 10 tiles wide, and this time I only went 6 deep. Just because, I didn't necessarily need it to be square, and we knew we were going to be putting on this back deck terrace area. I like that every single coffee shop has been unique and reflects the person whose island it's going to be on. Shelly really just upped the ante on this one with this big, marina kind of idea behind the coffee shop. Hey, people are out boating. Hey, there's a shop. Let's go park our boats and go see what's there. And it really turned out amazing. I don't have any that have been on the ocean so far, so this was a lot of fun to do. Of course, Benny's island, it's going to be part of like a city square or neighborhood of shops of different kinds. And the idea here for Shelly was that she's going to have some other shops as well next to this one. I think she's also going to do an ice cream parlor and maybe a couple of other things that we've been inspired by on some of Jersey's island tours. So I can't wait to see how that all turns out. But yeah, I think we all work together very well. This turned out so great. It's one of my favorites so far. Of course, that's how it always works, right? It's the newest one is always the favorite. But that's just the thing about this is that every time you do something, especially if it's something very similar like this, I've done this coffee shop now, I think five times. And every time I feel like it gets better and we add something new and different and just, make it unique and fun. And that's what really, I think, makes a very similar build fun to do, because it challenges you to come up with new ideas. And it seems like everyone has had a slightly different new twist on how they want to do it. And I really, really enjoy how this all came together. So this is all kind of just some finishing up stuff, the little last minute decorations and things. Sunny worked on putting in like a coral reef around the shop. So from any vantage point that you're sitting at, you can pretty much see this beautiful coral reef. And here you go. Here's the final walkthrough. This is the final product, guys. Obviously, we didn't put a road in or anything because we're waiting to see how Shelly lays out the other buildings that will be on this little peninsula, and go from there. But yeah, this was beautiful. I love that it was a different theme from the other ones and a different color. Here we are, Oceanside with this cafe. I absolutely love it. I love that the outdoor patio area looks different than the other ones we've done, and that we utilize this checkerboard sort of flooring. It really makes this pop in a way that I would not have thought. Oops, we're missing a fence. I don't mind that. It probably got taken out trying to move something around. That's easily happens here in Dinkum. But yeah, this was a really, I would not have necessarily picked black, white, and green. But I think it really, really works. It really stands out. The black really it illustrates the contrast of the white and the green and just makes everything pop. And we really leaned into the whole green, white, and black theme here. Everything is green, white, and black. But that does tend to be my thing. I do tend to be a very monochromatic when it comes to color schemes. And here is the aerial flyover, so you guys get a view from what it looks like above. The roof line on this one is different than the others. Again, every single one has had just a slight modification, variation on the theme, and I feel like all of these look like they belong in the same franchise, but they're unique to the island that they belong to and the person who helped build it. So Shelly is an amazing builder. She has so many great ideas and thinks about using items in such a different way than I do sometimes. And that's what's so fun about these collaborations, is that you learn some tips and tricks and you figure out some new things that you didn't necessarily know before. And I think that's amazing. I learn how to decorate differently every time I work with somebody new. And this was a lot of fun, and I hope we get to do it again sometime. These ladies are amazing. We had ourselves laughing and joking about so many different things. We're showing off our little jet ski parking area and our boat dock here because this was Shelly's brainchild, and I really wanted to showcase that as well. And here we are at nighttime. The floor lights, guys, I gotta say, my favorite new item in the update. You guys know this. I've said it 1,000 times. I put them everywhere. It adds such amazing ambient soft lighting and really illuminates areas without having to have anything obstruct your field of vision. And I really, really like that. So yeah, they're going to be, just used in every build going forward. Just know that if you want to copy anything I do. Well, that's going to wrap us up for this one. Thanks so much, ShellyMarie, for having us over. As always, guys, be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, and I will see y'all in the next one.